everyone, welcome back. How you guys doing? The Lion's Gate and the aftermath. Did y'all feel it? Did you feel it? Did you feel tired, exhausted? Like somebody had just taken a vacuum cleaner and just started cleaning you and draining you of your energy. Primarily what that was is what I call the purge. Kind of like getting rid of the old and making room for the new. Making room for the new. And did you have memories of past people? Did you have those memories? Yeah. It's just, they're coming around one more time until they go. Until they're gone. And God is just making sure that all of his children are pure and ready for that next step, ready for that next level that you're about ready to go to achieve. You're transitioning, and with transitioning, it takes a lot out of you. It does. And it's okay. It's just part of the process, just part of it. This past weekend, I can tell you Saturday, I was probably in bed most of the day. Don't get me wrong. So we was like, oh, Mama, we're in bed today? Yay! She's such a bed hound. She loves curling up with her mama. But I just take it easy. Be kind to yourself. And if those things are still floating through, just see it for what it is. And if you feel that you should cut the cords, because a lot of times there are people that are attached to us that have not good intentions towards us. Let's just face it. They do not have good intentions. They smile to your face, or maybe you've never even seen them before, but they know who you are. What you do is just cut the cords. Cut them. Bring in Father and Archangel Michael and just say, for anything or anyone or any place that no longer serves me, cut the cords. Cut the energetic cords and do not allow them back into my system ever again. Okay? And if you happen to know people that you pretty sure they do not have good intentions towards you, cut off your chakras to them. Cut them off. Just seal them. Do not allow them into your chakras, your root chakra, your sacral chakra. That's where your innovation is. That's your energy. Lock them out. Lock them out. Now, I've taken it a step further, but I always ask Father's permission because I'm only doing it towards me, not anyone else, because I would never, ever do anything intentional to harm someone. What I do is to protect myself. if Father feels that someone deserves, if I deserve justice, he will do the judgment. I just hand it to him. Remember, as I always said, God wants you to hand him your problems and just get rid of it. Because if he feels that is something that has been an injustice towards you, he will take care of it. So I have in the past, if I know certain individuals that are coming into my energy, even after I cut the cords, I'm like, how are they getting back in? My chakra. Well, this is what I'm going to do. I've already blocked them off from me. I blocked it so they can't get in, but apparently they're finding a way. So I shut down their chakras to me only, just to me only. And you just determine to yourself, you know which chakras they're using. Because remember, we have the root chakra, which is the lower chakra, goes down, grounds you into the earth. Then we have our sacral chakra, which is our creativity, innovation, birth. And then we have our solar plexus, which is our access to source. And then we have our heart chakra, which is our heart. And then our throat chakra. And this is, where you get your confidence to speak your mind, to speak your truth, to set your boundaries. This is your third chakra, your third eye. It's the inner vision, is what I call it for me. And then we have our crown chakra, which is our intuition. So you determine what is being impacted towards you, and you just turn their chakras off to you only. Don't ever do it for everyone or turn them off permanently. That's Father's job. That's not ours. It's not ours. But if I know that they are coming after me, I'll shut them down towards me only. It's just a way of protection. And I always bring in Father and Archangel Michael, and I will say, God, if this is your will, because I will never do anything that is not God's will. Never in a million years. People may think that you're cursing them. You're not. You're just protecting yourself. They're the ones that were trying to harm you. Yeah, what goes around comes around. As my father would say, you make your bed, you lie in it. Yeah. So that's part of the purge. We're purging, but there are people that still keep coming back after we cut the energetic cords. And when I cut the energetic cords, I cut it from this life, past lives, upper dimensions, lower dimensions, the cosmos. I cut them off all over, okay? And then if things still keep going in, then I take it the next step. And as I'm always bringing Archangel Michael, and I'm always bringing in Father. I read from the Bible, Psalms 91, Psalms 1, and Psalms 23. Just think of it as 9, 1, 1, 23. And just close them out. Just close them out. But now we're getting ready to go into the new moon, right after the Lion's Gate and the new moon. And then we went into the solar eclipse, the full solar eclipse, and then, or lunar eclipse. And now we're going into the full moon after Leo. During the new moon, did you write down your manifestations? Have you been writing down your manifestations for each new moon? Have you reviewed them to see if these are coming to fruition? So at this point, I would take the time to look at your manifestations and see what has come into fruition. And those that have not, discern why they have not come into fruition yet. Keep in mind, please keep in mind, God is only going to give you what He knows you are ready for. So if you know that if you're asking for something, but God feels that you're not ready for it at this point, He's not going to manifest that for you. All right? And that's where people say, I pray and I never get anything. Well, what have you proven to Father that you are worthy for this manifestation? Do you have your protection up? If you're asking for abundance and things like this, do you have your protections up? Are you not going to let anyone in to come and take and steal from you again? Are you codependent? I'm not codependent. I used to be, but not anymore. I'm perfectly happy by myself. I have no chaos, and I have no one that is screaming at me in my ear. I'm in charge of my own life. Father's here with me, guiding me every day. But are you codependent? Prove to Father you can live on your own and take care of yourself. I can probably tell you I've been taking care of myself since I was a little child, but I was codependent on men. Not anymore. I think I'm pretty good company by myself. But anyway, it's just discern what, why you may not have manifested that goal yet for yourself. Okay? And one thing I do is I also do a tarot read for myself. Those of you that have never played with tarot, get some oracle cards. They have some nice oracle cards nowadays. It has things written out on them for you. So you don't have to think, well, what does this mean? Oh, what does this mean? Get some oracle cards. I like Kipper. Moonology is really a nice one. Some angel cards. But they all have a verse on it. And what's kind of nice to see is where you were from the last moon cycle, which was the new moon, to the full moon. Has anything changed? What do you what have you done since your last moon cycle to this moon cycle? And what challenges did you have? What were your intentions? Did they come to fruition? So it's just some things that I do. And then I journal it all down. I write it all down. Journal. And as I say that, I used to journal every single day. And what I found is journaling every day, I'm just like telling my day-to-day stuff. I'm looking spiritually. What has happened? What were my dreams when I dream at night? What were the synchronicities that I am seeing? I do watch different shows on YouTube, and a lot of times I'm guided to a lot of these. And what did I learn from that? What is coming to mind to say, study on this? I know I keep hearing Merkaba, Margie. So I've been looking up Merkaba to understand how that all works with spirituality. I finished my esoteric book. I want to finish up Enoch. I'm getting ready to go into the Ethiopian version of that now. So just what are things that keep coming to mind? And one thing I'm doing is I'm also reading the Bible, because once you start reading the Bible, and I read certain chapters, and I'm kind of drawn to those chapters. Now I'm in Kings 2, and I know my next chapter is going to be Chronicles, because Kings leads into Chronicles, and Chronicles will go back and hash what happened in Kings. So just, I'm just trying to learn more and more about spirituality, the Bible. What is God telling us? Trying to determine, who was I in a past life? It's pretty interesting. So just enjoy your journey, because this is a journey. And it's just kind of like, I look at it as going from kindergarten to elementary school to junior high to high school. It's a graduation, then on to college, associates, masters, associate, bachelor's, masters, and then your doctorate. You kind of keep graduating up. You see where I'm going? And as you graduate up, you ascend higher. And one thing to try and do is stay as positive as ever. When those negative thoughts come in, rebuke them. I'm going through something right now, and it's pretty tough, but I will come through it, and Father's guiding me. But I'll think about it, and then I'm like, I don't want to think about this. No, I don't want to think about this at all. And I'm like, I rebuke this. I'm like, Father, take it, please. Take it. So, like I said, we are human, and we're living the human experience. Will everything always be topsy-turvy and everything cheery and happy? No. Really wish they would be, but no, they're not. You're going to have good things come into your life. You're going to have bad things come into your life. You're going to, come across people that are opportunists, and you just need to decipher those and discern those. And I'm learning my lessons so well. And the thing is that when I learn these lessons, I alchemize it and move on. Because, and that's why I always say to forgive, because when I'm going through, I've already forgiven. As they say, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Because I know there are entities and demons attached to people. It is what it is. And no, it's not relation to people. I'm just like, Father, I'm good. After my life, I'm good. You know, somebody nice comes along and believes in the same beliefs as me and is going through the same steps as me and is going through the healing process, that's the person I probably will be attracted to. I don't want any players. No narcissist. I've had my fill of narcissists. Trust me. But when you start getting into spirituality, you're going to read those energies. You're going to look at a picture and say, oh, you are. And men, this goes for you too. You're going to read it and say, oh, that's not a good woman. She's out for what I, can give her. And then she's gone. It works both ways. It does. It works both ways. But anyway, I love you guys. I hope you're having a beautiful day. And prepare for the new moon. And if you've been feeling bad the past few weeks, it's okay. Get rid of all that old crap. Get rid of it. Say bye-bye. Have a good life. Bye-bye. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Gotcha. I love you guys.